Hi, welcome to the shed. I'm Mr. H, and this is day 3 of our One-A-Day challenge. This one's good. Let me cap up here for a second. Adventure time. Okay, so this one is awesome. I am super excited about this one. So when you can feel the subdivision, you are ready to actually play or sing or do something. The audience didn't come to the concert to watch you say subdivisions or feel subdivisions. They came to listen to you play. So now we need to actually practice like playing your instrument, clapping your hands, or singing on different parts of the beat. So let's get some definitions out of the way first. The first is an attack. I'm going to use this term throughout today and throughout whenever I keep doing these things. So an attack is the beginning of a note. So if you are a wind instrument, it's when you actually articulate ta. If you are a singer, it's when you start singing. If you're a guitar player, it's when you are a string player, it's when you like get the string to vibrate. Piano player, I don't know what this is. I have no piano patch on right now. But that's when you do this. This is the attack. There's no sound. Sorry. So the second one is meter. Meter is how many beats you have inside of one measure. So the pop music that we normally listen to is in a meter of 4. We represent that with the time signature 4/4. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 beats in each measure, and then that repeats. That should all be, you should all know that. You already know that. I should have just assumed you know it. Okay, so now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. I said potatoes weird. The meat and potatoes of this. We need to get good at attacking on different parts of the measure with different levels of a subdivision. So we're going to start by putting a metronome on, and I like to use my super high-tech metronome. Did you know that if you type metronome into Google, you get a nice metronome? This challenge is going to be done at 64 beats per minute. So get your foot tapping, and let's just, we're going to clap first. We're going to use this as our instrument. It's going to be different because we're going to have you play your own instrument or you're going to have your sing. So I want you to count along. I want you to find beat 1, and you're going to say 1. But right now there is no meter, so you're going to be making the meter with me. So say 1, ready, go, 1. And now say it again. 1. Now count up to 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going while I talk. Now you're going to clap on beat 1. Ready? 1, 2. Let's do that again. 1. Keep saying 1. 1. And get rid of the rest of the numbers. Keep your foot tapping. 1. Now clap on beat 2, but only say 1. 1. 1. Say 1, clap on 3. 1. 1. Now let's do the same thing on 4. 1. 1. And we'll stop for right now. Now, if you notice, I have to take my hands apart so that I can clap on the correct target area. Like if I want to clap on beat 1, I can't start my movement on beat 1. I need some sort of preparatory action. And that preparatory action is going to be different for different musicians. For a singer, I'm going to breathe so that I can, say whatever I'm going to say or sing whatever I'm going to sing. If I'm a clapper like this, I need to take my hands apart. I'm a guitar player. And as a guitar player, I need to, I'm going to try to play it. I normally don't play my guitar up here. I'm just trying to keep it in frame. So if I wanted to play this chord on beat 3, 1, 2, 3, I needed to come up so that I can play my chord. If I'm playing any wind instrument, I'll put that down. If I'm playing any wind instrument, I need to breathe, recreate my embouchure, and then be able to play that note. So I guess you have 3 terms. The third term is going to be preparatory action. So you have to figure out what the correct preparatory action is for you. It could be a prep breath. It could be a preparatory motion. But that's going to help you play it in time. So that is how this challenge is going to work. Now, we only played through just the numbers. We played through 1, 2, 3, 4. But for this challenge, I'm going to have you play through all of the different subdivisions and all the different subdivision levels that we've talked about. So 8th note, 16th note, and 8th note triplet. What I did this morning, bright and early, I created this track. Now this is in Soundtrap. Let's listen to it a little bit. Here's our Subdivision Grid Challenge. Make sure you're feeling the beat in your feet. You're subdividing in your head. You're feeling the rhythm in your body. Use the proper preparatory action for your instrument. We're going to start on the numbers. Let's play on beat 1. Okay, now we're going to play on beat 2. So basically, you need to keep track of where the beat is and the different subdivision. Now, I have, this is just an example. I'm going to remove the example. Ha, ha, ha. I don't want you to cheat. But you're going to play a concert B flat if you play an instrument. And it's going to give you an opportunity to actually work on the skills that we've been, working on, but on your instrument. If you are a singer, I want you to sing. It will be do, because that's the home base of this song. And you're going to sing da. You're going to go da, do, because it has a nice, like, the D, what is that, dental, the lingual dental, I don't remember from college. The D has a nice sharp attack sound, so it'll be good to just, you're just like shooting it right there. So you're going to say da. If you're a guitar player, you can play guitar. If you're a string player, you can string. Oh, you have to bow. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what the preparatory action is for bowing. That's got to be brutal. You're good at it. I have no idea. I'm not good at it. So let's look through some more of this. So yeah, you can play on the numbers here, but then listen to what happens. Okay, now we're going to start playing on all of the ands of the beat. So pay attention to where your foot is right in the air, and that's the and. We're going to start on the and of 1. Make sure you're subdividing in your head. 1 and 2, and here we go. And of 1. And now we have the and of 2. And here is the and of 3. And the and of 4. All right, so I go through the different ands, and you have to play the different ands. And then I go through the 16th notes. You have to play on E's. Then you have to play on Us. Then I go through 8th note triplet. Then you have to play on the pull and the et of each part of each measure. This is going to take a little practice. I wouldn't start recording this right away. What I would do is I would set a metronome, and I would try to play on different parts of the beat first. Don't even worry about meter. And what should happen is, in your head, if you had like a thought bubble, that's what'll make the thumbnail for this. It'll be a thought bubble. And what you should have in your head is you should have either, the actual subdivision syllables themselves. But for me, I don't do that. I have like a stanky drum beat in my head. If I ever have to play 16th note on guitar, like for a funk gig or something, I have like in my head, and then I'm thinking about that, and I'm lining up my playing with that subdivision. So start thinking about that subdivision. Make it in your thought bubble. Get good at playing each part of one beat without worrying about meter, and then start to think about where the numbers are, and then work on the challenge. So for submission, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, a link to this, so your teacher could, if they have Soundtrap EDU, bring this into Google Classroom, and then they can write this out. What I've done here is, notice it says my recording track, and I'm going to keep this. Well, I'm going to get rid of this right now. You're going to watch me delete it. Ready? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, gone. It's gone. Example's gone. So when you get this, you'll have this my recording track. When you press record, and you can do this on any device. This works on your phone. This works on iPad. This works on whatever. When you press record, it's going to record on this track. You can, if you want, mute different things. If you wanted to make perhaps the shaker louder, because the shaker plays the subdivision, which is something you could, I guess you can make the shaker really loud. Okay, now we're going to switch to 16th. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of shaker. So you could turn that up if you wanted, but you can play along with this. I'm also going to just have these as MP3 files, so you can press play on whatever device you want, and then you can either do a video recording or an audio recording of yourself playing. Keep it interesting. If you want to do something fun, if you want to record this in like a weird location, if you want to be like Harry Potter and then record underneath in the cupboard underneath the stairs, you could do that. Take a video of it, tag at the music, tag at Shed the Music. That's how it works. On Instagram, what should this hashtag be? Subdivision Grid challenge. I don't think anybody has that hashtag. All right, hashtag subdivision grid challenge. I'll find ones that I think are interesting, and then I will I'll repost them, and we'll play some games with the video footage later. For teachers, the way that I would grade this is I would grade each subdivision level. So I would grade eighth note, 16th note, 8th note triplet, just their accuracy. And then I'd also grade time. So when they're playing on the numbers, you're just grading their time. And then the last grade, so there's a lot of possible categories. And then you could disagree with me and do your own thing. That's fine too. What I do is I create lots of categories, and then depending on how many categories I have, I just weigh the different categories differently. That's how my rubrics work. But the last one should be where they are inside of the measure. So let's say they're supposed to play on the and of beat 2 and they play on the and of beat 3 because you have to keep that in your head, then I would take points off for that. But awesome. This is a really cool one. Super excited about it, obviously. So good luck, stay safe, wash your hands, and we'll see you in the shed.